Hey YouTube. Okay, this is a short little intro into videos that I will be adding to all of my videos as I re-upload old videos from the Sarge Vining YouTube channel that was hacked and deleted. In doing so, the videos are going to reference links to videos that are not yet loaded to the site. So please be patient. Those videos will eventually be loaded. But what I'm doing here is I'm trying to rebuild 5 years worth of work. And, well, turns out rebuilding a video channel is a little bit more difficult than building a video channel. So again, please, the links that are referenced may or may not be in this video. I'm gonna fix that as soon as I can. All right, let's listen to the old man talk about old stuff. Hey YouTube, this is the third video of 4 that is going to be in the Baseweight 1938 series, where I talk about how I pack for a 1930s themed backpacking trip that I'll be taking at the end of January, and how it was complicated, how that decision-making process was complicated by the fact that my dog sitter canceled on me and I have to take the dog. So it kind of gives me an opportunity to show you the decision-making process, not only for myself, but to make sure the dog, well, doesn't die. So this is the pack. We're going to go fill it up. It is the sleep and shelter system. Let's go out into the kitchen and then into the living room of my palatial suburban estate, and we'll show you how I pack my pack, what I put in it, and how I reach those decisions. See you in a minute. Okay, let's weigh the pack before we show you what's inside. I hope you can see this, but if not, you have to trust me. Yeah, you won't be able to see the readout, but it says 19.2 pounds. Try it one more time because I tried it once before and it was a little lighter than that. There we go. 18 pounds. Okay, so this is an 18-pound pack. Now let us get the smaller scale because we're going to weigh smaller things. Okay, the first thing is my ground pad, my ground insulation. Okay, this is something I would take with me whether the dog was coming or not. I weighed several different options. This was the lightest and, quite frankly, the most effective. This is a Army surplus from Bannerman's catalog, Civil War gum blanket with a wool blanket from Logsdon and Company sewn inside. The video instruction on how to make this is going to be included in the Baseweight 1938 playlist. This weighs 3 pounds, 11 ounces. Okay, now, the biggest decision I had to make was how to insulate the dog from the ground. The gum blanket isn't wide enough to accommodate both me and the dog. The other solutions I weighed out that were wide enough to do that job were way too heavy for me. So what I've done is, let's weigh it first and then I'll show you what it is. This is the solution and it weighs 13 ounces, less than a pound. So let's show you what's in here. Let me get this crap out of the way. All I did was I took a piece of canvas, 5-ounce canvas that I have. I buy it every time Hobby Lobby has this canvas for sale, and I'm below about 6 or 7 yards, I'll buy it. It's a 5-ounce canvas. It's very light. It's not treated at all, and it's a good water. You make good tents out of this. Okay, so I cut it. I didn't hem it or anything. And when I folded it, I put some wool in it, and it is folded and doubled over as well. So that will be what keeps her insulated from that, from not being in contact with the planet. And then I add to that this down mattress that I use. I use this in combination with a cotton mattress whenever I'm sleeping on a cot. And this is a bag full of down, and tied off. I covered this with a nice linen. I love the fabric, by the way. But this is her sleep arrangement. We weighed this, and now let's get the scale out so we can weigh the down. But that down will keep her warm. She uses another one made out of synthetic fabric that she just loves. She sleeps on it, so when she gets in the tent, she'll know exactly where she's sleeping. So we'll put this in here and weigh it. 2 pounds, 5 ounces. So we're right at 3 pounds for the dog's sleeping arrangement. God gave her a sleeping bag, covered her in fur, so we don't have to worry about a sleeping bag for the dog. But the biggest impact that the dog had on the weight, on the contents of the pack would be much easier to handle than what you saw. But I had to have a shelter, an enclosed shelter for her. This is a 1910 infantry shelter tent, both halves together, that I got from What Price Glory. And there are 8 tent pegs in here. I'm not bringing any poles. I'm going to suspend it from trees using some hemp rope, and we'll throw the hemp rope on here so we can get the entire shelter system together. And that weighs 4 pounds 6 ounces. Okay, I normally would have used a 4-foot by 7-foot oilcloth tarp, which would be a lot lighter and a whole lot less bulkier. This is the principal impact that the dog had on me. But this tent can be fully enclosed, so like if a squirrel or a rat or something like that runs through the campsite at night, she's not going to bolt out of the open front of a lean-to shelter and chase it, maybe get out in the dark and get lost, not be able to get back to the campsite. Now the other component to my sleep system is this, and this is another thing I would have brought whether the dog was with me or not. This is a Woods down sleeping bag. Stuff it in here. Made in 1928. I do plan on doing a video of this. So that weighs 3 pounds, 11 3/4 ounces. Okay, so we're going to put all this crap in the backpack. Now the backpack I am using is this one I made. I copied it off of an original. Those 2 videos will be in the Baseweight 1938 playlist as soon as I post this one. But basically it is a sea bag, a duffel bag, with some shoulder straps attached to it. Okay, pay attention to the video and you'll see how to do this. You can make your own. It's fairly simple and relatively inexpensive. You make a good period pack with this. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay in frame and do all of this right here, sitting down in front of you, in my palatial parlor here. The first thing I'm going to put in the pack is actually the sleeping pad I have made for the dog. I'm going to lay this in the duffel bag such that after it is packed, it will lay up against my back. I can't show you the entire process, but I think you get the idea. Okay, there we go. Now, that'll lay up against my back and it's flat. It should give some structure. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the dog's down mattress, fold it in half, and we're going to put that in the pack such that it lays on my back when I wear the pack. Okay, that gives me some good soft padding up against my back. The other thing I'm going to do is I've got this in here so that, I fold it in half. The open end of the fold is going to be at the top. That way, if there's any items I need to insert later, I can put it inside that little envelope and it will be padded against my back. Okay, now, the next part's a little tricky in that I'm going to take my tent and I'm going to try to keep it along the center line of my back. Okay, this is the style that we're talking about here is called the Army style, okay, of the period. It comes from the mode of thinking of the time where the haversack and the pack were separate things. Today, we take all of our food and stuff that normally goes in the haversack, or in my case, a musette bag, and all that's your food and your cooking and stuff like that, with the pack being your sleep and shelter systems, goes in the pack. Okay, I'm going to deviate from that just a little bit by adding my stove into this if it's going to be the Primus 71. If it's going to be the Campus 3, that'll go in the musette bag. So I'm going to set this so that hopefully when I put pack on, this lays down my spine. That was the military thinking of the time. The 1910 system said that your sleep shelter system should run along your spine. Okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do on one side is I'm going to take my ground pad and I'm going to set it so that it is parallel to the tent. Try to get it down all the way to the bottom of the pack. Get that to settle there then. Along the other side, next to the tent, I'm just going to stuff my sleeping bag. It's not going to go into anything. It's not going to be rolled. It's going to be stuffed in. That should give me a little bit of space at the top, on top of it, to put that Primus 71, if I need to, if I'm going to use it. That's the beauty of down. It will occupy a good deal less space than it would when it's open and usable. I'm going to try to get this down beyond the rope that goes around the pack that supports the shoulder straps. You'll see that in that video. So here's the back of my pack. My shoulder straps are here. And hopefully I'll be able to adjust them somewhere in my, oh, here it is, my 35 feet of rope, hemp rope, that goes in the top. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to drop it down on the ground, stuff everything in, cinch it tight. Simple knot, and then I'm going to stuff it in under that rope loop. Give it another loop around it. And again, a simple shoelace knot will work here. It'll be easier to take out in the field. Okay, so there we go. There's my pack with it folded over at the top like this. It's fairly waterproof. Okay, it wouldn't, you know, withstand an inundation like if I dropped it out of a canoe or something like this. But light rain will be kept out of it. Dew and any other, you know, more normal moisture. So there we go. We'll total all this stuff up. We'll get a total base weight for the trip. I guarantee you this is the heaviest part of the load, but let's see if I can come in under 40 pounds. Okay. Let's total things up as they stand right now. Okay. I have very helpfully written things down on a very period correct piece of paper using non-period correct pen. Got to be honest. Okay. The musette bag and pocket trash totaled 6 pounds, 15 ounces. The kitchen and the stove totaled 10 pounds, 6 ounces if I take the Primus 71. It's about 6-7 ounces less if I take the Campus 3. We'll go with the heavier weight. So that's 10 pounds, 6 ounces. The pack, 18 pounds. So right now, before we do my clothing, we are at 28 pounds, 6 ounces. Okay, now keep in mind, a good deal of that, probably about 5 or 6 pounds, is the dog, and not necessarily me. Now, I do want to say that the hardest part about making that video where I packed the pack was the fact that I was compelled to wear pants while doing that. I do like this setting here where I have the option of wearing trousers or not. You would never know whether I'm wearing pants or not while I'm doing these things, and let's keep it that way, okay? But at least you're not getting from me the kind of thing you're getting from Nathaneal Logsdon over there at 20th Century Adventures, where he's naked in a bathtub taking a bath. You're not going to get any of that from me. Yet. We'll see you down the trail.